Hello everyone, this is Larry Ellis. I am a candidate for the Humphreys County Assessor of Property. The election is going to be August the 2nd, with early voting beginning July the 13th and going for 2 weeks. So I want to encourage you to get to know your candidates for each of the offices of the Humphreys County that are going to be elected on that day. Look at them, look at the credentials, and ask yourself who is the best qualified to conduct that business for your county for the upcoming 4 years. I want to talk to you today about something that I believe a public official, or actually each one of us, should show towards the other person. And that's something that a young lady made very popular back in the 70s in a song when she sang about R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect. And she was demanding it. And I want to tell you and assure you as the voters of Humphreys County that I will, whenever interacting with you and conducting the county's business, maintain respect for you, always in serving you. Well, what is respect? Respect is showing a regard for another person, an honor for another person, recognizing that the other person has value. I like to think of it in terms as a positive regard for the other person and with a genuineness in that regard for the other person. I don't believe it should be something that's fabricated or fake, artificial. That genuine concern, that respect for the other person should be from the heart. Regardless of what a person's creed may be, their age, where they live, their race, whatever, their ethnicity. Every person is entitled, I believe, to respect from the other person. Now, some people say respect has got to be earned. Well, in some ways, you know, that's true. But when it comes to a public official serving the citizens, I believe that respect needs to be there. And you depend on that respect, whether you're doing business in the office of that day at that particular time, or whether it is your public official is doing business with another citizen of the county. That respect should always be there. Let me demonstrate it this way. Sometimes in my campaign, I will talk to people and they'll say, Larry, if you're elected, does that mean you're going to lower my taxes? You're going to lower my assessment? And I'll say to them, well, you know, that's not my job to go around lowering everybody's assessments. Well, if I had my way, everybody would pay lower taxes. I don't like to pay taxes, but the only tax that I can justify is the one where I pay my fair share and not 1 penny more. And I found out that most taxpayers feel that way as well, and they want someone who is going to have the respect for them and they can count on them doing business to where that will be the goal. So sometimes I'm talking to that person, I'll say, no, I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's leave yours where it's at, your assessment's where it's at, and let's raise everybody else's. And he'll say, well, let's call him John. John will say, no, Larry, that's not what I want. I just want you to lower mine. But I said, well, John, what you don't understand is, if your taxes are just lowered, then somebody's got to make up that difference. And that means all the other taxpayers out here in the county, we've got to raise theirs to pay what you save. Well, when I make that illustration, usually the person I'm talking to, 9 times out of 10, will say, I understand, and they ultimately say, I just want you to do the right thing, whatever's fair. And I like that. I like that about living in Humphreys County. Most people I meet here are fair-minded. They have a spirit of them of being fair-minded. And I think that's what they want. I know that's what they want for their public officials. And I want you to know that you can count on me, that regardless if I'm talking with you or another taxpayer, I'm going to maintain respect for that taxpayer, but I'm also going to maintain the respect for you when you're not present by making sure that fairness and equity is always going to be done in the assessments of Humphreys County.